Good morning, everybody. Saturday, May 16th, 9 a.m. We are going to take a look at what happened yesterday, Friday, on the stock market. We are going to take a look at Tesla, the VIX, the stock indices, gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum. We are going to look at all of that from a technical analysis perspective. So let's go right into it. So Tesla closed at 422.24, down 21 bucks and 6 cents. That's 4.75% down. Okay. Are we surprised? We did not know it was going to come down. We did not know, but we knew that we were into a bullish channel. That we knew, this is the bullish channel. This is the resistance side. This is the support side. What a stock tends to do. Let's just remind ourselves. I'm going to repeat. I need to repeat this every single day. So what stocks tend to do is go from the resistance side to the support side, to the resistance side, to the support side. Sometimes they go on the support side for a long time, and then they switch and they go on the resistance side for a long time. Sometimes they just do something quick. Sometimes, this is what I want to say, sometimes they are going to go to the resistance side and go to the support side sideways without losing much value. So stock being at 400 bucks here could stay at 400 bucks. Could stay at 400 bucks going sideways to go to the support side and then move on again. So this happens when the stock is quite strong, quite strong. Time passes, but the price does not go down. This happens. We don't know how it is going to react. We don't know in advance, but we see it as it happens. And right now, Tesla is weaker. Is weaker than that. It's weaker than that. We did this move up right here on the resistance side. We spent We spent 4 days, 4 good days, 4 good days right here. These were the highs clustering, at around just below 452.91. We spent 4 days there. The stock was maintaining its value, so sellers were not pushing this down. Sellers were not pushing this down compared to the buyers. It's always the tug of war between the buyers and sellers. It's not only the buyers, it's not only the sellers, it's the interaction between the two. It's the interaction between the two. So that interaction was in balance for 4 days. Stocks, even I would say, the buyers were still pushing the stock higher. We were still making higher lows. The top was pretty much flat, but we were making higher lows. Cannot make this up. This is what happens. I'm just reading what's happening. I'm just reading it. But on Friday, boom, we gapped down and we are moving down pretty vertically. I would add, this is kind of, if I had to draw a channel, it's easier to draw on the 1 hour chart, but if I had to draw a channel, this is what it would do. So this is a pretty vertical move. So this is showing a weakening. Tesla is weakened. The stock has weakened on Friday. Okay, does it mean that it's going to go back down to 200 bucks? No, it does not mean that yet. We are moving down pretty fast. Then what we need to watch is where are the buyers going to chime in compared to the sellers? Right now, it's pretty clear that it's the sellers that are winning. Sellers are winning. We are pushing the stock down. And the buyers, there are not enough buyers to prop the stock back up. So the sellers are winning in a sense. We can discuss that sellers would prefer to sell at a higher price, but they want to get out so bad that they are accepting lower and lower and lower prices. So depending on the narrative, this is what's happening. So the question now is, where are the buyers going to come in to kind of bring that stock into balance? And nobody knows this. Nobody knows. But we might have a few ideas. We might have a few ideas, a few hypotheses. So, 410 right here, 410 is an interesting number. So maybe we are going to stop this at 410. That's possible. Maybe we are going to stop this closer to that 394.83 right here. Nobody knows, but we don't need to know. We just need to wait and watch. It's not like the Weight Watchers. The Weight Watchers, that's a different syntax, but we need to wait and watch to see what is going to happen. And, if we look at the past, this went up to pretty much the same resistance. Then it started to go down. And then you see, boom, it stabilized at 367.38. 367.38. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. So it spent 7 days straight here. So when a stock goes sideways for several days, then it tends to make the tops tend to line up. These are the tops, the highs of the day. They tend to line up pretty good. So, okay, seems like 382.70. And the lows tend to line up a bit. You see? So that looks pretty much like 367.38. So the stock establishes another pattern, which is a congestion zone within the bullish channel. So, fractals, patterns within patterns. So when we see a pattern within a pattern, a pattern is still something that we can identify, and we know how they work. When we have a break, this is the resistance, this is the support. When we have a break above the resistance part, then tends to continue. If we have a break lower than the support part, then it tends to continue. So this is what it did today. No, sorry. This is what it did last time. This was the pattern. Boom, it broke above. So this was a buy right here. This was a buy right here. And at the same time, we had gone close to support. Support was here. We had gone close to support. And what a stock tends to do within a bullish channel is go from support to resistance. We did not know when it was going to go, but when we saw it break this resistance on the upside, we said, okay, well, I guess it's ready. I guess it's going. We see it going. So boom, this is a nice run. So now we are on this side and we have the weakening. Stochastic is still above 60. Okay, it does not mean that it's going to come back up. It just means that overall, this move is still has some bullishness into it. It still has some momentum. If we go back here, stochastic was at 68. This one 69. Boom. This one at 50. So we had stochastic gone when the move was pretty much over. Then 54, 57, 53, 49, 61 here. 61. Momentum is coming back. And on top of it, the next day we had that break and then it came back up. So I'm just explaining this so that, we don't panic. We don't need to hold the stock. We just need to look at what it's supposed to be doing. So right now it's supposed to be doing, and maybe within a week or two, it's going to stabilize and then start again. That's it. We don't have to predict anything. We don't have to predict anything. Here we saw it move. There was no prediction there. It's just like, well, okay, we could not break above 382.70. Now we can. Well, okay, I'm going to use that information as maybe a buy signal, I'm just going to decide to buy because of this. Okay, well, if you did, then you went from 390 to 450. That's pretty good, huh? That's pretty good. That's pretty good profit. And when a stock inside the bullish channel goes to the resistance side, well, you can decide to hold it. And it's not bad to hold it here because it's supposed to do this. If it does this, then you can stop holding. But it's supposed to do this, like it was supposed to do this. So it's supposed to do this. So if you are still in it, you don't need to cry. It's supposed to come back up because this is the pattern it is in. So right now we just, it might take a week before we get back into Tesla. It might take a week or two. It might be faster too because we are hearing about SpaceX IPO. So maybe this is going to impact this. Okay, well, if it impacts it, we are going to see it do something maybe faster. So maybe it's going to do something like this and then go like this. We don't know. We don't need to know. We just need to watch. And then when it creates a pattern, then we can identify it. And when it breaks it, then we know that something has changed. And if something has changed while a stock is going sideways, well, if something changes on the way up, it should continue up. So the stock is basically telling us what we should be doing. So Tesla, this is what's happening. We have weakening right here. Now, is that weakening just a Tesla related event, or we are seeing it across the board? We need to check that too, because sometimes it's just a company that goes down and the rest of the market is ripping up. So in that case, there's something intrinsically bad within the company, and that's kind of interesting information. So yeah, let's take a look at the VIX. So the VIX is the fear factor of the stock market. When the VIX goes up, stock market goes down. So okay, so on Friday, VIX went up 1.17. We are at 18. So went from 17 the day prior to 18. So VIX is increasing. So this is not good news for the stock market as a whole. So this is already telling us that it's not only Tesla that's suffering. So yeah, so VIX went higher. So that's from one candle to the previous one. That's an increase of 6%. Overall, if we look at the pattern, the overall pattern, you see that we are pretty much going sideways. So this move we had, it's still part of the current pattern. So maybe it's gonna cool down next week. So this is what the pattern is telling us. So let's just wait for next week to see if it continues up or not. And nobody knows in advance. Okay, Dow Jones. Dow Jones, we are down 1%. So Dow Jones is pretty much in the same pattern. We are going sideways. So it's pretty much random between the two lines. It's pretty much random, but it tends to go from one side to the other. And sometimes it does not go all the way. This is not all the way up. This is not all the way down. This is not all the way up. This is all the way up. This is all the way up. This is not all the way down. So sometimes it's pretty much random. And sometimes within that randomness, we can we see some patterns. Well, look at this. If I just draw one line, okay, we were making higher lows. So within this congestion zone, we were doing something like this. And maybe we would have done something like this eventually. So is this new pattern valid? This should be green. Is this valid? I would say it's still valid because on Friday the candle is pretty much right smack on it. So let's just assume that it's still valid. If on Monday we close a little bit lower, then we can see what is going to happen. Okay, well, hold on a second. My wife is screaming her lungs out. This is not a joke. So I'm gonna be coming back. Stay tuned. I'm gonna be coming back to finish this live.